Good evening. We don't serve your kind here. Oh, there's room for all of you. Have a seat. Oh, you look parched. Oh, of course. What do you take me for? Some sort of ogre? Give me some money and I'll tell you. It's piping hot. Don't burn your mouth. Oh, there's somebody over in the table yonder who wants to talk to you. Just 1 gold. Yay! Thank you. You look thirsty. Might I interest you in an ale? Good evening. Oh, you here to meet up with your party? Cliché much? Good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of It's Game Night, Curse of Strahd. And all that other huzzah, yay stuff that goes along with that. We have a wonderful group of adventurers here with you this evening who will still turn on their video cameras here in a little bit. Certainly glad that you're here with us as we get ready to take on yet another adventure with Curse of Strahd. Man, some of these characters like... Oh, we were looking at the top of Ryan's head. It was cute. Anyway, so tonight we resume. You guys were at the tower last time, and golly, what an interesting evening we had I think it was... gosh, why am I blanking on the name of that tower all of a sudden? Anybody?
The Wizard's Tower?
Yeah, but
Well,
it was
everything of it's the Wizard's Tower.
The name of the Wizard's Tower. It was
Von Richtenstein.
Yeah, Von Richtenstein's tower, where you met Gabriella. And so she's hanging out with you guys right now. And the adventure actually, concluded in some very interesting things that happened. From the lightning that surrounded the tower and made some dwarfs' hair stand up on end, to the unfortunate incident with, we now know what 101 Alchemist fire looks like, going off all at one time. Unfortunately, we ended up with Gildan failing his ability to catch flying things.
I caught it pretty well.
You did catch it. And the unfortunate early demise of Gildan. And then we traveled forward, and unfortunately all that noise alerted the local werewolf pack, who came up, and they decided to, they decided to eat the rest of the party. I don't know what else to say, but they were intent on destroying you guys, but luckily you guys had just met somebody else who ultimately sacrificed himself for the good of the party. But not before our other latest character, who'd made it about 1.5 game sessions before dying. Our brave shepherd also met his demise. Sorry, shepherd.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. So that brings... this is where I wish I had a really cool graphic that I could pop up that shows the current death total of Strahd, right? Because I think we're at, 6 now? If you included? Anyway, so we got packed. We had
5,
packed.
I think.
We'll be at 5. Okay, it's like sessions since death. You guys need to start rolling in numbers. We're back to 0.
Yep.
0 on the old counter. All right, so my name's Nightmare, aka Micah. I am your host of the DM, the man behind the voices, whatever you want to call me. I've been called a lot of things. I'm super glad to be here with you guys. We'll go. This is kind of like a Brady. I win. Will always provides the good comic relief. I love it. But we're going to go and do the Brady Bunch thing. Just introduce yourself real quick. And the character play Bruin right up at the top of my screen.
My name's Dave. I play Bruin Boozebeard, the Dwarven Fighter. He's there to try and find a new beer recipe. I don't know how he got that, or how he managed to get that lost, but that's where he is.
And tell us one thing that other people wouldn't know about Bruin normally. Most people wouldn't know. That's rest of you start thinking about it. Dun dun dun.
Hard to say because he really speaks his mind.
There's only one thing in his mind always.
Yeah.
And now in my Brady Bunch special, we're going to go up to the middle top. Ryan, a.k.a. Mel, who needs to change his name in here at some point.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I play Mel, a rogue. He is, I guess one thing that no one would know about him is he is wanted in the land that he came from for alleged suspicion of murdering the noble family he served.
Oh, it sounds so right up that alley.
Yep.
And I think everybody all at one time nodded their head. That's cute. Moving to the right, we have Kilroy, aka Ken, aka Zuden. What's up, buddy?
Duh.
So though I did most of your job for you. Sorry. Name character you're playing. Name character you're playing, and something that most people wouldn't know about Zuden.
I play Zuden, well, not sure yet, but currently the only cleric, which is a much harder job than it usually is. One thing that Zuden that no one knows about. What this? He's allergic to some incense.
Ooh. Got to be careful with that in the church.
Learned that the hard way during his training to become a cleric.
Goodness.
Was that a clerical error?
You slay me.
He was just insensitive.
Just get them all out of your system, guys. Let's get them all out. Come on.
It's so incensed.
Oh, that's so bad. Anybody else? Anybody? Any other good ones? We good? All right. I insist we move along. Incensed. There we go. All right. That it wasn't very good. No. Jason, A.K. Shepard. Dead.
Dead.
Little did he know, this character doesn't live.
What is something most people wouldn't know about him besides dead?
Dead. He is now the Undying. That is what people don't know.
Yee.
At
Yikes.
least the new guy's going to be the Undying, but you know.
Okay.
Shepard is unfortunately still dead.
All right, so I want everybody to take note of what Will did for his character name. This is the new format that should be followed for your character names in Discord.
Oh yeah, in the campaign.
So check, it is Will X Gildan X Vorn checkmark Hazard. So I think everybody needs to adopt this naming structure for the Discord nickname because that's just brilliant. All right, Will, lay it on us.
Which character am I?
Hazard, I guess, or go with the Vorn. That was your latest.
Borrow you.
Like, you want to know about them?
Or it was one thing that they wouldn't have known about Vorn.
I don't know. I didn't play them long enough to even know.
Alright, what about Gildan? Gildan, everybody knew Gildan.
Oh, okay. He didn't like drinking.
Okay, all right. And then last but not... Oh, go ahead.
I was to say, like I said this in an interview, but he gave his extras to Bruin.
All right.
I don't know if we roleplayed it that much, but...
Well, Bruin was pretty much always in a certain degree of drunkenness, really.
Still is.
Yep. And then Nyla, who usually always has her webcam on, who's suspiciously not cammed up right now. What's going on, Nyla?
Okay,
Ryan,
well,
click the camera.
we only have one webcam, and I decided y'all hadn't seen Ryan in enough time that you can...
My
look at him.
webcam. She doesn't own a webcam.
A good boyfriend would take care of that.
Yeah, if he can drop 120 on a microphone.
Those are different.
Smack.
Y'all just send me your address, I'll get you one.
No kidding.
I can get one.
I can get one too. I just like it doesn't come up enough that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely need to get one.
Yeah,
It
just
comes
like
up every 2
week.
weeks.
Y'all just need to shame me enough into buying one. And it'll happen.
Shame.
Shame.
Tell you what, guys.
Shame.
Let's all go into our background, take a picture of her Facebook, and just put it behind us. Is every one of our portraits.
Nice.
You get the little face
I like
thing
that
you can-
especially because she's like 2 feet from me.
You should just have a mirror pointed at her behind you, Ryan. Anyway.
You could have a desk put right behind you so you can see.
That's true, I could have a mirror.
Here we go, Nyla. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way.
My character should be ready for import.
Okay, I will pull that up.
It's important.
Oh my lord, why? It's coming. Maybe. Let me see if I can see everything. There you go, Nyla.
Shame.
Just in case.
Is that from Game of Thrones?
Shame.
Nice.
Shame.
I regret suggesting this.
All right, there you go. Oh, don't worry. It's just the beginning. You will be shamed all evening.
I gotta move a heavy piece of furniture. I'll be right back.
The person who the person who manages to apply the proper and funniest method of shame to Nyla tonight will receive a 25 gold point bonus personally.
Nice.
What if I
How
self-shame?
are you gonna RP that?
How do you
You're gonna
shame
have to
someone
figure-
How do you shame someone so devout and ancestry?
Did you say ancestry?
Ancestry, yeah.
Oh no, that works on 2 chords. Terribleness. Oh, that was wow, bad. Wow, bad. Okay, so let us begin this evening's debauchery. Strahd wins. Oh wait. All right.
Oh, that was
so
quick.
Dresden
Well, good game, everybody.
No,
Good campaign, guys. Thanks.
Lucian the Undying. Is that your new character name? Yeah, that's his, right? Yep. Okay. Let me get this in there. All right. So what I'm going to do is talk to you guys while I get this ready. What we got tonight is you guys are going to wake. There's been no rest. We're starting right as the finished combat has gone. You feel free to position your characters wherever you would have them positioned. Esmeralda. Let me fix Esmeralda's nameplate because you guys aren't seeing her nameplate for some reason. Well, it says it's showing, but apparently it's not showing. But oh well. So you guys can place yourself wherever you want to be, and then we will resume the game from that point. So, all right. Any questions before we get started officially for the evening? All right.
Nope.
Let me.
Not for me.
Let me kill off the happy music.
Oh, Ryan, did you want me to make you a token?
I thought I did that, but I guess yes.
I thought you were gonna kill
Alright,
off the music.
If I failed to do it, please do that for me.
What do I have going on?
Oh, you add the border around the. I see. Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so now we begin our epic battle or struggle or whatever, and while I import this, I'll let you guys go ahead and begin your conversations in character. I would like you guys to each kind of describe your physical appearance and kind of your mental, your mental state at this point, as it were, from a standpoint of kind of, the werewolves just walked off. Remember where you're at. Kind of describe where you're at mentally, and then we can begin the actual roleplay itself. All right, so let's do it. Believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Now make our listeners believe it.
Don't think you saw it, Mike.
I saw
had a
it.
really bad. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, when
I'm
last
dead,
we left
guys.
off, when last we left off, Bruin and Nyla were furiously wrestling Esmeralda from leaving the room.
Oh, okay.
Esmeralda, seeing him walking off, she said,
no.
I could have taken them. I don't know why you held me back. They will just scourge the land further. They should have been wiped off the face of this planet. You are cowards.
You were gonna take on.
She spits on your shield.
Let her go.
You were in no shape to fight off 20 wolves and werewolves.
How do you know what shape I am? And only a coward speaks this way. You are a coward.
Apparently Esmeralda is French.
You know
I just
damn
kinda roll
right.
my eyes like, you got an attitude.
You have an attitude.
Pardon me.
There's no pardoning you.
All right, I guess does she walk out? Because Mel is slowly descending from the elevator. I forgot he was on the second floor.
You could trip her and she'd probably die.
Why do you say such mean things? You're one a coward and two a meanie poo poo head.
I didn't say anything. I'm dead.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
So, I am curious. What strategy did you use when you attacked Strahd last?
What do you mean? Which strategy did I use? I simply
Oh,
went there and tried to call him out to face me. And unfortunately, I was cut down by his minions.
oh, so it didn't go very well, did it?
What are you trying to say?
That maybe you should have a plan the next time you go?
You are wise. Yes, perhaps that is a good idea.
So, what do you know about Strahd? Well, what information can you give us so we can help develop a plan?
He is very powerful, and he is a vampire.
Do you know of any weaknesses he might have?
No, I'm afraid I only know of the species. I do not know of his weaknesses. Very little is known about him. In terms of those tactical things.
Oh, well, it has been a while since I have fought a vampire, so would you be so kind as to refresh my
You
mind
fought
on
a
what we can
vampire?
use? For argument's sake, sure.
Well, tell me about it.
Mel is like
Well, you-
descended. Stabbing him didn't do very much.
Yes,
I
it's
already know
true.
your experience.
He's not. Vampires are not very susceptible to traditional means of mortal or material damage. They are able to recover very quickly. I hear they fear garlic and the sight of the cross and running water, and that wood precariously placed in their heart will kill them.
Running water, that's the first I've heard of that one. Like, not a bucket, has to be a waterfall, or?
They cannot cross running water
like a river, right?
like a river. But so much of this is just assumptions, so little of it is actually known.
I wonder if there's a way we could test any of this or verify it.
You do not believe me?
Or figure out which one is the most effective and concentrate on that one.
I do not know, but I am going to go rest for a moment.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Do you mind if we just rest here on this bottom floor?
I believe this is the safest place to be, given that it is almost nighttime. And the bed bugs are known to bite. You see her go over to the elevator. She goes, "Top floor, please." And it just goes. You hear the chains rattling as the golems are pulling the chains up, and the platform slowly begins to rise. First floor, lingerie.
I watch her go by as she passes second.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going all the way to the top.
Or was I on the third floor?
It was, yeah, so it goes past the second, it goes to the top floor.
I think Zuden was asking which floor he was on.
Oh, Zuden? Zuden, I thought you were back on ground floor. Maybe I was mistaken. Had you come back down?
Well, we just ended. You
Oh,
said.
yeah, so
I was on the third floor.
Oh,
He
so
won't be on the first. He won't be on the first floor until next session.
damn, that's just messed up. So you see Esmeralda. I mean, you hear the chains long before Esmeralda appears on the fourth floor. It's the fourth floor, was the very top. You were on the third, so yeah, you see the elevator kind of going up, Ken, and she's like, "Oh, hello, your friends have decided to rest here. I'm going to go rest on the top floor, where there's a bed."
I look at her as she passes by me. All right.
Okay. All right. So then we have. What are the rest of you guys up to? Are you guys gonna just get ready to sleep? What do you talk about? Where you're gonna go next?
I guess we could discuss what our next mode of action is.
That's an excellent idea. So, what were some of the places we were talking about last time? The temple, the bone grinder, and what was the name of that other village?
Krezik?
Valakine?
I imagine it is Krezik, but Bruin's memory is not that good.
Yeah, it's Krezik. It has a winery.
Oh! Then I vote we definitely look for Krezik.
As you guys are talking, you notice Mel is just kind of whittling and not paying attention. He seems very absorbed in his thoughts.
It is unfortunate that we seem to lose party members as fast as we get them. And it's a shame. I really like that dwarf.
Two.
I only knew him for 5 minutes, but he was all right.
A truer hero none we have seen.
He made a bold sacrifice for the rest of us. He will be missed and honored.
No mentions of
hopefully-
Shepard, I'm sorry.
I don't think we know that he died. Maybe
And I
we
hope
should
we
go
don't
try to
run
find
into him
Shepard.
again. But given that he left with werewolves, I hope we don't encounter him again. But that's probably more likely than not.
If the elevator begins to descend, I will hop on it. If it stays up there, then I guess I'm trapped.
No, it got to the top floor and it's not moving. But you can hear conversations from the floors below you because there's a big hole in the floor, if you recall.
Hey, where's Zuden? Zuden, you up there?
I'm up here.
Which floor are you on?
Third.
Tell the golems third floor, please.
The chains start rattling and the platform slowly makes its way down, and 18 seconds later it arrives. No, what was it? It went 5 feet around. Yeah, so an around is 10 seconds, right?
5
Or
feet an hour? Oh, okay.
6 seconds. 6 seconds around.
Yeah, so 18 seconds later it's there.
I hop on. And
Okay.
First floor.
All right, and down you go.
Yeah, when the main werewolf shifted, I was really worried that our barbarian friend had lost his advantage. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pull through that one. Wasn't sure what the right right process was there, but when he kept fighting and kept refusing assistance, then I figured it was worth a shot. And I must say that Esmeralda, she's quite wigglesome for her frame.
She is difficult.
As you continue talking, it appears that Mel is whittling a really crappy tombstone and is just doing that over and over.
Jeebus. That's dark.
You okay over there, Mel?
Just thinking.
About tombstones?
Just about death and its grasp on this land.
Well, don't worry. We are going to save this land for sure. Nyla does like a kind of like a half-hearted like pose with her hands on her hips, looking up and proud.
Mel continues whittling really shitty wooden tombstones.
Hey, give me a
out
performance.
of the corner of your eye, you notice a rope that looks suspiciously like a noose in his backpack.
Goodness gracious.
You're not sure if it's already was like that or not.
What I can tell you is that no noose is good news.
And there we go. So
This is
bad.
TOS friendly.
Oh my gosh. Blah. Blah. Okay, I'm better now.
Now, is Mel making like a specific number of tombstone whittles or just endless whittles? So there's no specific number.
Not a specific
They're
number.
whittle tombstones.
Yeah, they're whittle.
They're whittle. They're so whittle.
There's just a lot of them.
Whittle.
There doesn't seem to be a general pattern to the number. They're just piling up in a small heap on the floor.
Bruin definitely has an odd expression on his face based on Mel's behavior. Not sure what to think about it.
It's getting kind of late. What are you guys gonna do?
So,
I will finally get to the first floor.
Yeah, you do finally get to the first floor.
everyone else has had a long rest. Just kidding.
Is the door closed?
Yes, the door does automatically close on its own, in fact.
And do we remember what she said about it being armed?
I don't know. Probably not. She didn't mention anything when she went upstairs.
Yeah, so we don't know anything about this tower, so I'm going to assume traps aren't been set again.
Probably reasonable.
There is
Hope.
no...
Oh, glad you made it down, Zuden. My apologies for really leaving the decision with you in that last fight.
Looked like it mattered anyway.
Tower, it has all its security back. Perhaps we can spend the night here and venture out once daybreak hits.
I think that is a valid idea.
Mel continues just muttering in the corner and creating tombstones.
So, Zuden, how are you feeling about that?
I heard
The
you
fight that
talking
we just
about it
had.
somewhere. Oh, about the fight we just had. That wasn't a fight. It was a bunch of werewolves who were kind enough to let us live.
Did you have a different idea of what we should have done?
Well, it wasn't anything we could do. We were trapped in this tower. I expected us to die. For some reason we didn't.
Yeah, that's about my thought on the matter as well.
But I tell you what, I wouldn't let them kill me. Werewolf.
I've already been a werewolf once. I don't want to go back.
I'd rather die than become a werewolf again.
I feel like you guys need a grenade or something right now. Don't worry, man. I'll do you if you do me.
Well, I do know I have the ability to remove curse now. That's a good thing.
Well, you will when you sleep.
So,
I'm dead.
I imagine
You're on
it has been a long day. I imagine we all need the rest.
And when
Agreed.
you turn off the music box, oh my god, that music box is driving me nuts. You guys know where that music box is? Isn't one of these boxes? Stopped.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear anything.
I was hearing a music box.
It looks like you are the greatest in need of some sleep.
Agreed. Well, I'm going to take this cozy corner over here. I will see y'all in the morning.
This corner over here.
Is anybody staying awake?
I imagine Mel is staying awake. He does not look like he's going to sleep anytime soon.
Yeah, Mel stays
It
awake.
comes for us. It comes for us all.
Okay.
I imagine Nyla could take the first watch, or the second watch after Mel goes to sleep.
Yeah, I just need 4 hours.
Okay, everybody's sleeping. Everybody make a perception check at advantage. Ryan, make a you-know-what-I want you to roll check with advantage. And sorry, for those of you guys sleeping, it's disadvantage. I don't know if I said advantage or disadvantage, but there it is.
I guess I'm doing advantage.
You're supposed to roll disadvantage.
No, disadvantage.
Wow, I got a 17 at disadvantage.
And no skill points. It's impressive.
Well, there goes all my luck for the night.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be advantage.
So I don't see shit.
Okay, well, the 19.
Okay.
Jason's trying to reconnect.
We're not rolling anyway, so.
Oh, that was the wrong person. Who was that? Let me put that person back. Boop. Oh no, never mind. That was okay. Boop. All right. Did you guys have a formal watch, or you all just decided to pass out and Mel would handle it?
I think Mel was supposed to be on first watch and Nyla's on second watch.
Yeah, that's what I gathered.
Okay,
Apparently,
Nyla.
Bruin's a really light sleeper.
I'm thinking of jokes to liven the mood here in a minute.
Yeah. So Nyla, you wake up, and well, it's pretty lucky that nothing disturbed you because you look around and Mel is not there.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. I just want to make it a point to congratulate Mel that was the highest fucking stealth check he has rolled in this entire game.
It's true.
And it was to peace out.
Wow.
I know there's choosing your own fate, but that was kind of.
Well, there is a piece of paper where Mel was.
Well, maybe if someone gets up and investigates the scene, they'll find it.
I mean, it was pretty obviously placed. If you really want them to roll, I mean, it was right where he was.
I was just kidding. You see a rolled up parchment with a big flashing neon light over it that says, "Read me, read me, read me."
Well, then I gotta read it.
A little miniature display of a graveyard with tiny little wooden gravestones.
Yeah.
Quest here.
It has the exclamation mark over it.
Yeah. Point of interest.
Yep.
Okay, I go and I pick up the paper and I unroll it and I read it. What does it say?
Cue the best Mel's voice in him monodialogue of the letter.
Dear friends, and this is all written like probably slightly better than what you would expect a child's handwriting to be. It's really not much better. It's barely legible. Just says, "Dear friends, traveling with you has been very difficult for me, as I feel I've been nothing but a burden. The deaths of the party members weigh heavily upon me, as they are now trapped in Strahd's necrotic embrace. I feel that I am responsible for their deaths, and I will be going thus forth alone to try to see if there's any way that I can save them. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. May our paths cross again, and may I be a greater help in the future." Signed, Mel. But he doesn't. He signs his name not entirely how you expected it. He signs it with like 3 L's.
I also feel
You're not entirely sure.
LL?
Yeah, you're not entirely sure he knew how to spell his own name. Really, there's loads of grammatical errors in the writing.
At least it's better than a big X. I also feel inclined to point out this point, yet another person choosing to go off on their own. I'm sure it will end well.
Yeah. It'll go well for
It'll be
about
fine.
15 minutes.
All right. Hey, Mel, give the, because I didn't give you the full camera view for all of our listeners and watchers while you were doing the monologue. Look at the camera and give your best goodbye Mel face.
What is a goodbye face?
I don't know. Just what is peace out? That's Mel saying bye. All right, great. That was terrible.
What is a goodbye face? You make a goodbye face. Show me what that's like.
That's not here. There it is. Believe it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Believe
It's
it.
all right. All right. No taps. You cannot play taps, Nyla. This is not a taps moment. This is...
He ain't dead. He doesn't get taps.
He doesn't get taps.
That's
He's
right.
not dead. Sorry.
He bounced.
He's chunked the deuced. No taps. You want to come up with some other song? That's fine. But whatever. All right. So, Nyla, you saw that. You've got the letter. Everybody else is...
Are there any windows on the ground floor?
No.
Nope.
Okay, well, doesn't make sense to go out looking for him in the night by myself, and I'm not gonna wake everyone up. So
I think that's
I'm
a
gonna
question
make-
your character needs to answer.
Nyla
Survey
sees
says, go ahead.
what?
Keep going.
Oh, Nyla sees everyone sleeping, and while she doesn't like not being able to go out and look for him, she thinks it's not going to do any good right now and at night. At maybe in the morning we can try and find some sign of him, or figure out what happened. And so I'm going to save this until the morning. She also says a prayer for his safety.
Aww.
And yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah, it's like she understands like the guilt. She is no stranger to guilt, to feeling guilt for the death of others.
Small children.
So yes,
Multiple
I thought
people.
this is because her ancestors were Jewish.
Oh. Hey, yikes. Hey.
What?
Whoa.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
So yeah, she's sympathetic, but a little annoyed. But yeah, this will be a morning announcement.
Okay. Seems like there's a storm brewing outside. Oops. Let's put that back. Didn't see anything.
The world shifted.
Yeah. Nope. The world's fine. Nothing to see. You're good. Anyway, there's a storm starting to brew outside. Sounds like it's going to be fairly nasty. There's a clacks of thunder and lightning. You're finding yourselves that you guys are pretty happy to be inside. However, there happens to be 3 adventurers outside who are getting pelted by rain and sleet, and suddenly find that they would probably be in a good position to go actually find somewhere to find cover quickly. And on the road just ahead, you see a large tower with light emitting from the top of it, meaning that it looks inviting and warm in that tower. What do the 3 of you choose to do?
Should we make for the tower?
By the way, that's a trap question. If you don't wrap for the tower, you guys just aren't coming in. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm still trying to get my computer working. It crashed, so.
That's an odd item to have in a D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I'm currently connected through my phone, going, please load.
But no
Okay.
way we're doing D20 Modern.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, so what do you guys do?
Yeah, towards the tower.
Okay.
Yeah, heading towards the tower.
So I've gave you guys the description of the tower before, but as you approach the tower, you do see at the very top there are lights. There's no real light emanating from this. It's at the very top of the tower where you see the light emanating. No light coming from below. If you recall the door that you guys have seen before as you approach the door, that's that. What you do see, though, around the area is it looks like there's been a great combat that's happened here recently. It's getting washed away quickly. And then the remains of what a couple shallow graves look to be off to another side. And then these big, huge, exploded remnants, burned out husk of, well, it's a crater, mind you, that the wagon had been there, which is no more. So there you have the scene that you're walking on, and then of course the door with the runes on it. And how do you approach Van Richten's tower?
Shield overhead, blocking the rain. Khazard will say to Lucian, "What do you make of this crater?"
Something exploded, or there was magic. I don't know. Doesn't bode well for us, but this is the only dry place.
Still smoldering. And is that a body? Points to the left side of the tower.
Is there a body there? Micah?
I think you guys didn't you guys bury everything, if I recall?
They haven't left the tower.
It's over here.
Ooh.
I think we burned Gildan's body.
Oh, y'all did
But you
burn
didn't-
Gildan. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but you didn't know if Shepard was dead or not.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
the water's edge is where Gildan's body's ashes are.
So yeah, that body's probably Shepard.
Let us go in. There. I'm sorry, that's the wrong voice. Let us go in.
lettuce.
Let us go in. It is dark and cold outside.
He puts a hand up to Strahd. There might be magic here. We might meet our fate if we touch the wrong things.
All right. Can Drazad roll a Arcana check? Arcana.
Sure. Nyla, give me a perception check if you're still on watch at a disadvantage, please.
I'm gonna yell out, "Is anybody there?"
Oh, get rid of the disadvantage.
You want the sleeping dwarves to roll as well, see if they wake up?
Nope. You guys are pooched.
Okay, got a 21.
That'll work. You hear the voice from outside the door.
Is anyone in there?
Nyla?
Who's there? Sorry, mic issues.
You heard a
Can you hear
voice.
me?
You heard a voice from the other side of the door.
Yeah, I say, who is it?
Are we at the door, right next to it?
Yeah, you're
I thought-
standing
I
at the door. You haven't touched it yet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say back. 3 travelers looking for shelter from the storm.
Weary travelers, let us in. I can't get away from the male voice. I'm sorry, it's gonna take me a while.
Hey, I completely feel you, man. You should hear Kuvarok.
Can I wake my party members without interrupting the long rest?
Yes, sure. why
Nope.
not?
Okay. And I'm just thinking about y'all and your spell slots. You're welcome.
The Lord giveth.
I wake my party members without them waking them up.
Hey, along or like a short rest, like what? You take 1 hour power nap? Is that how that one works? I don't even sleep and I get my rest. I trance. It's different. Anyways, getting all technical here.
As long as there's no strenuous activity, then it won't interrupt it.
Okay. I shout, Zuden, Brune, wake up! There's someone at the door.
Hey, what? Huh? Who's where?
There's someone at the door asking for shelter from the storm.
Someone at the door?
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it death? Is death coming knocking?
Don't know.
Tell death I'm asleep. He can come back in the morning.
Ask him who is it?
It's death. We don't
Who-
want any.
No, I turn around and I say, "Who is it? Who are you?"
Drazad Kane.
We are 3 companions seeking shelter from the storm. Introductions can be made when we're not wet.
The tower's kind of with the storm overhead. The tower has kind of this kind of eerie glowing blue, and a lightning bolt strikes the top of it, but it just kind of surrounds the tower as if it just absorbed that energy. But there's definitely a feeling of electricity in the air.
Yeah, Khazard will back up.
Oh no, it's not coming from the tower. It's just in general. The environment itself is hot.
It struck the tower and didn't hurt it at all.
Yeah,
it's
no.
fucking magical. Back the fuck up.
Okay.
So Khazard leaps back. Lucin. Got the other name. Strahd. Careful.
We could. We'll be honest, Nyla. We could use all the allies we could get. Ask them who they're loyal to.
Say Strahd. Say Strahd. Say Strahd. Just kidding. Don't say Strahd.
Ask them who they serve.
Who do you all serve?
Almost immediately, Drazad says, "The sun!"
An odd question. Are divine deities?
Open the door.
Okay.
There's no Med if that's what you ask.
Altsmere will bring the sun back to this wretched land. Strahd's evil will be wiped. Sorry, I forgot how my character would talk. Will be wiped from this dismal land.
As you say that, mentioning the sun and everything else, you hear lightning strike. Anyway, keep going.
Okay.
Khazard will turn to Drazad. Can you work on the storm first?
All storms will flee from the sun's divine rays.
Hurry up, get in here.
Okay, Nyla, kind of has her hand on her sword, but she, opens the door, and she opens it, quickly and, steps back, and then, leaves it open.
Oh wait, so can we see anybody in there, or is it just dark, open doorway?
So you, Nyla, you open the door?
Yes.
Okay, did you guys have any lights on inside?
Nope.
It's dark, so how many of you have dark vision?
Dwarf should. I think half-orc should, right?
Yeah, half-orcs have dark vision.
Okay.
So everyone
There's
but
not
Mal
is,
too.
half blind, so probably not.
Hammer and shield, protective. Walk through.
Okay.
All right.
Confidently.
We let you in. Identify yourselves, identify who you serve, and identify your intentions.
Go ahead and move yourselves in there. It's getting a little crowded on the first floor. Lucian? Oh,
Sorry, stirring the pot.
Nah, ayo.
Bada boom.
As you guys come in,
characters.
the door closes behind you. To thud.
Magically.
Search around the room real quick for enemies.
There's 4 large
There's a
golems
dwarf.
holding onto chains.
Don't mind them. And there's a dwarf holding a sword in your direction.
I don't take my eyes off them, then I do for a split second. See another dwarf. Kind of hold my shield between you and the golem and the hammer.
Lucian
Hello,
will.
son.
Night, Dad.
Night.
Oh, trying to move my token on the wrong map.
Go. Yes.
Lucian.
Well, I think some introductions are in order. I am Drazad, the purveyor of the sun in this dismal, woe-begotten land.
Purveyor of the sun, so you hate the undead.
So you're
No,
a priest?
quite the opposite. Undead must feel the sun's warmth one last time before they fully shuffle off their mortal coil.
And I look at the other two, and you're on board with his ideas.
Not with what he speaks of, but his actions seem fine. I am Khazard Arkvane, Trueville, Hammer of Torag.
I am Lucian.
So actually just
No
heard you
last
guys,
name?
So
They have called me the Undying.
Undying. Well, at least he's not undead, because then the other guy wouldn't take too kindly to him. Bruin puts his sword away. I am Bruin Boozebeard, Master Brewer and foe of Strahd.
Oh, it's good to see another who fights.
And I am Nyla Summerhane, Paladin. It's interesting to meet you all.
An elf.
Hey,
Yes,
she's
an
okay.
elf.
At least we'll have something pretty to look at for a while.
I am not here to bemuse you. I'm here on actual business.
Not everyone has the same taste, Lucian.
My companions, worry not the taste, the wants of the flesh. The only thing that can bring you sovereignty in this land is the sun.
Yes, the sun is hiding behind the clouds, and it's night.
It is
The
night.
night is darkest before the dawn.
God,
My
I
friend.
thought it was
Speaking of
coming.
which,
Anyway, I was so ready for the night is dark
speaking
and
of
full
which,
of terrors.
I think I'm going to go back to sleep on the second floor. Y'all make yourselves comfortable here, and we'll see you in the morning. And Bruin stands on the elevator and says, "Second floor, please," and does the slow crawl up, and then camps out just as close as he can to the elevator, but on the other side of a statue or a handrail or something, so he doesn't fall back down.
Shield blocking golems again.
Zudin jumps on the elevator as it starts to rise and says to Nyla, "Nyla, get over here."
On the elevator?
Yeah, it's on the elevator.
Do you think it can hold both of us?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, I guess I'm getting on the elevator too.
It holds.
Lucian
like-
leans over to Khazard. Well, at least they trust us as much as we trust them. So we bed down for the night.
Okay, where are you? Where are the two of you going? On the elevator. What floor?
Just going to the second floor, and
Second floor.
staying as close to the center as possible,
Okay. So,
while
Yeah, where
still
was
trying to
where
put.
is some of the sun?
Okay. So.
Okay.
I need to understand who all is going on the second floor.
The three survivors.
Just putting us over here for now.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay, what do the three of you weigh? With gear.
Bruin, a lot.
I need to know what a lot is.
I think you're looking at 400 to 450.
Ooh, okay. Nyla, how
Something
heavy are
like
you?
that.
Nyla? Well,
Sorry, I
okay.
was doing the math. With equipment, I'm probably about 300.
I was so off.
Okay, so who's stepping off first?
I imagine Bruin,
First
because
gonna go
why
up was
not?
Bruin.
Okay, so
Yep.
Bruin, as you step off the piece, you hear creak, 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 and
Okay,
it-
take
and
the
then
foot off then.
No,
Or is
no,
it too
no,
late?
It's too late. the floor breaks from underneath you, and you find yourself falling. The two of you see him, basically the floor give out to his weight as he falls
Come on,
through.
reflex saves.
The three of you below see a big dwarf coming from the ceiling.
Come on, somebody try and grab me before I fall. That would be real nice.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, everybody got an Amber Alert.
Yeah. I don't even know where that is. Pardon me.
Sure, I will give you guys all
I would like to make an athletics check to grab him.
go for it. Know that if you roll poorly, I'll give
Jack
you
and Jill.
athletics with disadvantage. How's that? Don't roll a 1. Okay. You managed to grab him, except he is really heavy. Make a strength check at disadvantage. Ken, are you trying to stop any of the ensuing thing that is happening here?
If I'm allowed to intervene, sure.
You can, perhaps at your own peril.
Well, if Nyla's going to grab for him, I can grab for him, and we can both grab for him.
Yes, you can. Right now, Nyla has grabbed on and is, she's successfully grabbed him. Now, can you?
Okay, I'll try and grab his other side and try and also pull him in.
So roll that, or give me some other skill, athletics, to try to grab him, react fast enough. Or, I guess dexterity would be the other thing. Something that you're going to react fast.
I'll do you allow me athletics, I'll use athletics.
I'd let her do it, so that's fine. At disadvantage. So you missed the grab. So you go.
That's gonna be.
With your addition.
11.
Okay, so you do the grab. Now strength check, please. At disadvantage.
Two 14s. For the strength check, so +2. The 16.
Okay. All right. Oof. All right, so you're able to grab, but the problem is you were hoping to just grab and hold on to him. However, the problem is that you grabbed and held, but you're also grabbing and holding too, because Nyla also grabbed, but she kind of lost her footing and went over the side as well. And they are really, really, really heavy. You're pretty certain you can't hold on to them long, nor do you think you can pull them up. And you're like on your belly now, holding them down. That's how fast this all happened, right?
So did that?
Floor, how big? How high is that?
20 feet.
What was it?
How tall?
20 feet from the ground.
So now that I'm like being held onto by Nyla, I'm only about 15 foot above the ground.
Yep.
Can I yell out first floor, please?
Yes.
Yes, yes, you can.
And the elevator starts to slowly descend.
Zudin's like holding on, like.
Zudin, give me one more strength check, please. No disadvantage. We'll say it's halfway down.
My friends, do you need help?
I suddenly trust y'all more than I do the floor on the second floor.
Please catch the dwarf.
All right. Grzad goes over in a kneeling stance. He has his shield propped up to give him kind of a base to land on that's not the floor.
Or to break his neck, whichever comes first.
Gazard Out of the
Closer,
way.
it's higher.
Let
It's
me
higher
deal
up.
with
It's
this.
higher. It's higher up than the floor.
What's that,
Or
Jason?
lower than the floor.
Lucian moves Kazard out of the way and says, "Let me deal with this," and lifts his shield up.
Okay.
At his, 6'6" stature.
Okay.
No.
Does Will's character do
That
anything?
kind of shrugs and goes, "Good luck, my friend."
No,
So through the
I don't fight gravity.
so through the cooperation of everybody and Zudin's sheer strength of will and physical prowess, you guys are able to successfully get down without anybody falling. Your arm really hurts.
Yay, we did it.
Juden rolls over onto his back and just is looking up and goes, "Can something go right? Just anything. Anything at all."
It's at this time that Nyla mentions, oh,
Crested
by the
Lamb.
way, Mel ran away.
Wait, what?
Didn't you just hear what Zudin said?
Yeah, I thought it would be hilarious irony.
Overhearing that, there's a body outside. Is that your companion?
Zuden starts to laugh.
Wait, a body? What does the body look like? Oh, did we bury Shepard?
All right. Bruin realizes that Zuden really needs a beer right now. So he's going to dig through his pack and see if he has any spares or hidden reserves, and he's going to start checking the crates.
Okay, so I mean, only because why not keep piling it on? There is no alcohol in this entire place, and your reserves are completely empty.
This is bullshit.
You're suddenly faced with the realization you might get sober.
When it rains, it pours.
You wouldn't. One of y'all wouldn't happen to have a spare flask of ale or whiskey or something on you, would you? I'd be happy to pay you for it.
It's not the time to be drinking.
Bruin kind of looks over at Zuden. It's like, oh, it's not for me. He needs something.
Pray to partake. The only thing I need is the sun's eternal glory. That and the company of my good book. Holds up a book that's very ornate and has a blazing picture of the sun on it. It's clearly a prayer book.
Yes. Yes, because a book is all we need. Yes.
Do you not have faith in your own God, my friend?
You must have not been here this long.
Okay. This is too much for me to handle on a given day. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Good night, all.
You may all rest. I do not require sleep. I will watch over us while you guys gain your strength back.
Zuden wiggles himself onto the center of the elevator and goes, "4th floor, please," and just rides it while laying down all the way up to the 4th
You
floor.
raise me up.
And when it gets to the 4th floor, he's just gonna stay there, just laying on this thing, looking straight up at the ceiling.
So how does this thing work? First
You
floor,
can't.
please.
You can't help as you get to the 4th floor. You look over and Esmeralda is on the bed, arm kind of hanging out, and she wasn't bad looking if you recall the picture. Where's that picture, Will? But let's just say she sleeps in the raw, and she didn't wake up. So
Zune looks over and sees the naked chick and goes, "Oh, that's one thing that's good at least."
Her sword and her axe is sitting right next to her bed. Okay.
And her false leg, right?
And the false leg is off to the side as well.
Be more attractive if she had a longer beard.
Do dwarven women have beards?
Depends on the universe. I'm not sure about Micah's. I have no idea.
Depends on what region they're from. All right. So, Zuden goes to bed, kind of laughing somewhat hysterically all the way up.
Warhammer in one hand, shield in the other.
Praying for ascension that will never come. All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Bruin went to sleep.
Good
It was
night,
a
Bruin.
bad day.
I'm keeping watch.
All right.
Lucian will take first watch in the downstairs crew. And then turn to the other two. We shouldn't trust them just yet. I'll take the first watch. Who wants second?
I'll take it. I'm worried about the body outside.
Yes, I am worried about the body outside too. That poor soul must be sanctified through the fiery wrath of the sun.
Well, there's no sun right now, so you can wait. Sleep now. We'll wake you when it's your time.
Very good, my friends. May we all rest.
All right. So night passes without any other incident, and there was much rejoicing.
Yeah.
The storm outside. Yes. Okay, so morning approaches. Everybody is awakening. Thank you. That's very good.
I'm gonna start having these bookmarked.
Oh, that's better.
Right now, Ryan.
Alright, any of the rest of you awake? Nyla, you there?
I've been awake the whole time, staring at these newbies.
Did you at least talk to him on the one that stayed awake?
Yeah, we chatted, about the weather, the scenery, the excellent fauna outside.
Oh, that's a shame. I hoped you'd figure out something about him.
Well, I mean, we just kind of fast forward through the night, so I didn't have a chance. I was gonna ask about the body outside and what it looked like to figure out who it was. If it was Mel or Shepherd.
Finally dressed guy.
Yeah, how was he dressed?
Makeup.
Couldn't tell. It was shredded.
Yeah, he was kind of beat to crap, but it looked like it was finer wear. Almost noble in color.
Yeah, that's Shepherd.
Away. And you just left him there? For the wildlife?
Well, we were hunkering down to get away from a large group of wolves, paired with a few werewolves, paired with a greater, uglier, nastier werewolf. We were horribly outnumbered and, frankly, didn't want to leave the tower.
If that's the case, I can't believe his body's not gone and eaten.
Well, it's an interesting tale, to be honest.
And you're lucky to be alive.
Most definitely.
We will burn his body in the morning. I will play a parting tributes on my horn.
It's pretty much morning now.
So.
Hey, Zuden, you up there?
He's at Ken's AFK.
I guess not. He's probably still asleep.
Watch. As soon as like, we can pretend we say first floor, please, as Ken sits down. That way, he's like shows up when we get there. Sorry, when he gets there.
Think about that long.
No, that he'll come down when he's ready. It's best to leave him be. And out of character, it is really best to see the interaction between a naked Esmeralda and Zuden. Oh, okay. I feel better after a good night's sleep. So yes, we have a body outside to go deal with. Who wants to help me go bury him?
I'll go help. As long as we leave someone inside, we can make sure they can let anyone back in.
Well, if we are still of questionable trust with each other, I imagine at least one from each party stay in.
That makes sense. I don't know, I trust the sun guy. He seems very pro-sun.
I would like to send him off, but I know Drazad would rather.
My place is to guide the dead towards their eternal resting place in the sun's warm embrace. I shall go with you, my friends. Praise be the sun.
Lucian, where's he get his energy? We just woke up.
The morning is where I get my energy, just as you might drink your bitter liquids. The sun is all I need to keep going.
I'm sorry I asked.
This is gonna be a long adventure.
I don't know, I kind of like him. He's bringing some optimism.
Alright.
What's the ominous
Do we go?
music?
Do we go out there now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and start a.
No problem.
Lucian will also go out.
Do we want to bury him or burn him?
This is the cursed land.
What?
Fire is the best.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen zombies. I know they can exist. We don't need one more zombie. I start to take leftover bits of the wagon and build it into a pyre.
Okay.
So it looks like they left us dwarves in the tower to keep the door open for them.
On one of the pieces of the wagon you find like Gildan's forearm.
Look, there's
Made sure when we burned you that you were all there.
There's some lovely bits over there.
Even in death, he's trying to give you a hand.
Oh.
As you start building the funeral pyre, Drazad is kind of chanting throatily, like. He is casting. I don't know if this is gonna work, Micah, but he is casting ritual, which blocks him from being raised as an undead for up to 7 days.
Okay.
I don't know what you want to have happen with that.
Yep, just do your thing.
So, how did y'all get here, Sir Dwarf? By the way, what is your name?
You stayed inside?
Yes.
I guess, yeah. Can people move their tokens? I don't know where anyone is.
Esmeralda wakes up. She kind of goes, looks over to you and goes, ah! What are you doing? When did you get here? And she's covering herself. And kicks you a little bit.
Really? From the bed? That's a long foot.
Well,
no, she like slung her false foot at
she
you.
threw your false foot at you. Quack! That's still considered kicking.
That makes more sense.
Across the room kick. That's some pretty good stuff there.
All right, so I get hit by the false foot.
Right, correct. Yeah.
And I wake up from this sudden jar, and I look over at the foot, and I pick it up. I look over at her. Really? You threw your foot at me?
Would you have rather me thrown my axe?
Leave me alone. I was sleeping.
Oh, goodness gracious, just don't look at me. And she goes about over the dresser and starts getting dressed. Kind of hops over. Oh, she grabs her leg back from you.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. And she starts getting dressed.
That was totally worth not sitting the elevator back down.
I thought you were gonna make a pun about her being defeated or something. I felt that one coming.
No,
Would
I'm
you-
not gonna be pulling anyone's leg right now.
What did Bruin ask
There you
earlier?
go.
You told me your name last night, and I've slept since then. Well, what's your name again?
Khazard or Arcvane, whatever your pleasure.
Khazard.
Hammer of Torag. And you?
Oh, Torag, that's a name I remember. Bruin Boozebeard.
Do y'all need us to describe our characters?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I guess who wants to go first?
I'll do it. Khazard, normal sized dwarf, fairly strong and stout. He's got kind of tan skin for mountain dwarf. Brown hair, long dual braided brown beard, shaved sides of the head with whatever mess on top. His armor looks fairly well crafted, and he uses it. He interposes his shield nearly in every situation. Whatever catches his attention, the shield's in between him.
All right, and Razad is a humanoid male. He's about 6 feet tall. Appears to be pretty young. Looks to be human, but fairly gaunt and skinny. Not necessarily unhealthy, but definitely doesn't look super sturdy.
This is Mel in a new costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
His eyes kind of bulge out of his head when he gets particularly fervent, and he's also wearing very well crafted what is it, chainmail, but it looks to be it's very well crafted, but it doesn't look to be his because it looks a little bit too big.
So
It's like he got
basically you're a 6 foot tall Steve Buscemi.
yeah, that's actually there you go. That's literally it. You got it.
Wow.
But with dark hair and dark eyes.
Nope.
So Lucian is actually rather tall. He's around 6'5", very muscular, heavily built. His skin has definitely a grayish green cast to it. He's got 2 almost tusks coming out, protruding from his lips. Very kind of brutish face, pointed ears. For anyone who's familiar, he definitely has a stamp of a half-orc on him. Long black hair. He's dressed in split mail with a shield, sword, and a couple of hand axes on him.
All right. Did we ever go over that, Bruin? What would you ask? Oh, the name. That's right.
Khazard, yes. Not a name I'm familiar with, but Torag. Everyone knows Torag.
Right. He created us all.
Okay. So what do y'all do?
Are we burning Shepard's body?
Yeah, I will help build a pyre.
Yeah, okay, so we're doing that.
Drazad is
Wow.
still chanting rhythmically, and he's burning incense with a censer, and he has set up a number of candles around the pyre.
Well, I would ask you how you got here, but I imagine it's some odd invitation and a misty walkway, and then you can't get out. Or am I completely wrong on that?
What's that?
It's a question to Khazard.
What?
So how did y'all get here? I mean, I would ask you that question, but I'm speculating it is similar to our arrival, which was a strange invitation, a very foggy walkway, and now we're not able to leave.
Well, I thought you were referring to the keep or this tower, but I see you're talking about Barovia itself. No, I was sent on a mission to clear this land. Well, come to find out, to clear this land of the curse. I did not know that was my mission when I was sent here. So yeah.
Is this a joint effort from several churches, or did you just happen to cross your two companions by chance?
No, this was a distant tale. My sect of the clergy seeks out quests from foreign lands to help them in the name of Torag and spread his name. It appears mine was significant. But beyond that, us three, we met by happenstance in a town a decent ways away from here. It seems that we have all lost our parties, and that the ones that can heal, and apparently the ones who cannot die, well, without difficulty, are the only ones to survive. I think I overheard the elf say you lost 2 party members?
Yes, quite recently. The crater you see out there was a wagon full of alchemist fire. And unfortunately, our monk Gildan passed away in that fire. I say passed away, it's more like he did that vampire trick of turning into a cloud of mist.
Red mist.
Yes.
Wah, wah, wah.
The body you found out there, likely dressed in fine clothing, he went out to talk to the leader of the werewolves, and when he tried to flee, once he realized negotiations were not going well, they turned on him, and he was dead before he knew it.
I guess he didn't know werewolves very well.
And then we had another fine dwarf with us, who went out there and took the head werewolf's challenge to fight him one-on-one.
Stupid, but noble.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. And he basically fought the head werewolf to a stalemate.
Intriguing.
And they had a small conversation, and the whole group of wolves left with our recently acquired dwarf barbarian companion. So I imagine he agreed to go with them if they would spare our lives, and that's the only reason we're still alive.
Count yourself lucky and hope you never meet him again. He might... That was great. Was that even in... Okay.
Yes, I hope we do not encounter him again. Unfortunately, some of us already know what it is like to be a werewolf. But those that were afflicted have either passed on or were cured of the affliction.
That ability is rare around here.
That it is. It took a fair amount of doing.
Who was... What exorcist? On this lands.
It was actually a scroll that one of the priests in one of the villages had, but it only worked once we were able to restore one of the divine relics to its location.
So
So it was probably a limited resource if I were guessing.
your group doesn't have access to that anymore. That's a shame.
But who knows? We have hope. Maybe one day, I can't think of the person. Sorry, I'm having a thinker malfunction.
You rely too much on that booze.
Rely, that's pushing it.
Explain
it
your
isn't crap.
Explain
it
your
isn't art.
Explain your fog.
I didn't sleep well, and I almost fell 20 feet mid sleep.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Moradin, that's right. The other dwarf in our party is a cleric of Moradin. And who knows, maybe Moradin will bless him with the ability to cure the affliction. But yes, I imagine they have the funeral pyre done by now.
Are y'all ready for some taps?
You ready to play the taps?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna roll my performance check.
Hit it.
Oh.
It is not cute.
Okay,
What is this?
Here's the taps. Just picture it really way bad.
Knew the guy for how many hours?
You're trying to make it bad by making it feedback. And then it just stops abruptly because it's like she forgot the rest of the song.
Yeah.
On the last note.
Is that the elf? She's going to attract more wolves.
That's why I stay in here while she does it. But hey,
All right.
It makes her feel better.
All right, as that finished, Drazad just says, "May you rest easy in the sun's warm embrace, my friend. I never knew you, but I wish you luck upon your journey."
So, I am curious, where do you think we should go next? We're still trying to find supporters and possibly some information on defeating Strahd. Do you have any intel?
We do.
Oh.
As a group, we are collectively seeking the warmth of the Sunblade to guide us to Strahd's demise. The Sunblade will shine solace upon us all. The sun will end his evil reign.
Yeah, there's that.
It's
He
about
seems
this
to
time
know what
to
he's talking about.
remind everybody in Discord, you can actually selectively turn individuals down. Keep going.
He seems to know what he's talking about, and, well, honestly, I'm waiting for more pieces of the puzzle while following him.
So the Sunblade is somewhere here in Barovia?
I guess, Micah, what clues have I gathered so far?
You know that your character knows that yes, the Sunblade is indeed last seen in Barovia. and there was a scrying done on somebody who had once interfaced or had seen the Sunblade, and the only thing they could tell is that it was in some tomb, but it was surrounded by. They couldn't determine any exact location, but it was a fortified tomb somewhere in Barovia.
I do not have much information yet, my friends, but I do know that the Sunblade is in Barovia, hiding deep within a crypt. Strahd, in his arrogant ways, has sought to drown the sun from this needy land, and we must set it free.
Set it free.
I think you would really like to have a conversation with our other cleric. Zuden, you up there?
Or waiting on that. As soon as the elf comes in, he doesn't know her name yet.
I think I introduced myself.
Yes, Kezar, this is our paladin, Nyla.
Hello.
Paladin of who?
I am paladin to the ancestors of my people. The spirits of the past guide me, and I do good deeds.
Okay. Let me see that horn.
No, it's my horn.
Can you just show it to me?
Yeah, I'll hold it up in front of.
He looks
everyone.
at it. Ah, that explains it. It's half melted.
What?
You should repair that.
My horn's fine.
Were you caught in the alchemist fire explosion? Look at it.
It's a little deformed, but I'm just a little off this moment. If you're commenting on my plane, not every day.
I'm sure it wasn't your playing. I'm sure it was the horn itself.
Yes, well, if I could find someone who could repair it, then I'll ask.
I can repair it.
You can?
If Micah will allow me.
Sure, go ahead.
Music's loud, Micah.
What's that?
Music's loud.
Okay, thank you.
Or I'll turn you down. Yeah,
No,
that works actually.
I can always adjust that. Was that better?
Much.
I can barely hear it now, though. I'm not sure about your stream.
Stream's fine.
Okay. Anyway, if you'll allow me to repair the horn, because it's broken.
Yep, sure. Make a performance check.
Oh, sure.
You kind of look it over.
I think I'm going to go retrieve our other two companions. First floor, please.
Hey, the platform suddenly starts to move, and Esmeralda steps on it with you as you're still sleeping. It starts to move.
18 performance.
There's nothing wrong with the horn.
It was melted.
Oh yeah, it was
chemical fire.
Yeah, it was melted a little. Not really. It was fine.
So what did I do for an 18 performance?
No, you actually polished it up, and it does sound better. It looks great. You tuned it.
Okay, hand it back.
Yeah. But my point is you're certain that it wasn't the tool that was wrong.
Oh, I see. I got you.
That's your knowledge. Okay, so you.
Yeah.
Ken, go ahead.
Yeah,
Give me a convo.
Kezard's sitting there playing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Gabriella's dressed. Well, are you ready to get going?
Who's it? Oh, wait, are y'all down at the first floor?
No, they're not down yet. He's having a private conversation with Esmeralda.
Well, but you guys are talking downstairs. He's upstairs talking to Esmeralda, but obviously we can't have two conversations at once.
Yep.
So, well, Zuden's looking up at the ceiling, basically. He gets up, stretches, and goes over to the window and actually looks out at the lake because apparently there's a window there, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Enjoys the view of the lake, I guess.
It's nice. It's for Barovia. There's a low mist over the lake. Probably one of the best views in Barovia.
From the picture that you showed us last time, she looks kind of gypsy-like.
Yes, in fact, she did.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
With a French accent.
So I will ask her. So, Esmeralda,
Yes.
are you one of the Vistani?
I share. My past is like that of the Vistani. Before I chose to. I chose a different path. Historically, my family, my blood, yes, it is of Vistani nature. But I despise them now. I'm not affiliated or part of them in any way.
Oh, really?
Correct.
Feeling there's a longer story behind that.
Well, there is, in that the Vistani. You see, the Vistani here, the gypsies, they often serve Strahd. And I did not wish to follow this path. I wish to find something different. I do not agree with that approach.
Okay. And so you obviously do not like Strahd, and you have attacked him directly somehow. Where did you learn everything that you learned?
I first
to
encountered.
Even get close to his castle.
I first encountered the change in me and in my perception by finding my mentor, a man by the name of Rudolf van Richten. Rudolf, this was his tower. This research was his. He taught me much about the occult. He taught me much about vampires and werewolves and those things, those servants of Strahd, so that I might be better equipped to dispatch them. It is here that I came after my battle, as I have been searching for him. I have not been able to find Van Richten for some time. I hope to find him again. He is a very wise man and also has a great disdain and distaste for Strahd. However, he also has a very big disdain for the Vistani as well and is actively hunting them. But we are people of disguise, we do not let people know that we are hunting. So he is somewhere in this country hidden, traveling, looking.
I see. So you actually had a trainer, someone who taught you the ways of
Yes.
hunting.
Yes, of hunting. Hunting
So you
those
must
things
know a
that are
thing or
not
two.
natural. I know a few things. This is why I carried silver weapons. I know that many of the undead, many of the supernatural creatures, they are resistant to normal melee damage. You must strike them with silver to have full effect.
I
Where did you-
imagine that.
Hmm?
I imagine that inside your wagon, which no longer exists.
Yes, I'm not very happy about that, by the way. You have set me back very much from the items that I would normally have to dispose of such creatures. Now I'm afraid all I have is my short sword that is silvered. Everything else I have, though magic in nature and special in nature, will not have the same effect.
Is there a way to recover some of the things that you lost in that wagon? I mean, we would be more than happy to help you do so, considering it's one of our party members that, I guess, accidentally set off a chain reaction that destroyed your wagon
Unfortunately,
and killed our fellow.
Unfortunately, some of the things that was in that wagon was gifted to me by Ricken von Richter, and they were of the wondrous nature. I am afraid they are impossible to replace, as far as I know. Relics, artifacts of old. If we can
see.
find my mentor, he may know of a way.
If he is in disguise and, as you say, hunting from shadows, so to speak, would he reveal himself to you?
It is unknown. I do not know his current state. I do not know why he left. He may...
If we were to happen upon him somewhere on the street, would he reveal himself to you? Do you believe this?
I do not know. He may. I may have passed him already. He is very skilled. If he is hiding, I will not recognize him. But I search for him nonetheless. It depends on what he's currently doing. He falls heavily into his guises. He never breaks character. It is likely if he is positioning himself to destroy more of the Vistani, that it would be very difficult. But it is possible, yes.
We cannot stay here forever, obviously, so you give us a direction, any sort of tidbit of information that could lead to perhaps eventual destruction of Strahd. We would be more than happy to go in that direction and at least
he would typically
investigate.
find himself around cities where he could gain information and rumors of where the Vistani are camping out. This would be his way. He would be looking for information, and then he has how do I say, he has a creature that travels with him of great power, an animal, a bear. And the bear is very distinctly trained to kill Vistani. So he would travel with a wagon, but he would be very well hidden.
A wagon, a large reinforced wagon with iron bars.
I've never seen it, but that sounds as something he would need to contain such a creature.
I'll be right back.
With such a wagon in the last city that we were in.
Oh? Is it still there?
I don't know. This has been some days ago, but it was in Valakai.
That's not far from
In
here.
the market square on the east side of town.
I will go at once. You see her grab her pack and looks like she's getting ready to head out.
Only. I'll go ahead and do the same. She's up.
All right.
I'm going to do a circle around the tower, look out each window to see if I see any kind of incoming badness. If I don't, then I'll get right back on the little elevator and I'll go down.
Wait, say that again?
I'm looking out each window to make sure there's nothing bad coming in.
No, they don't see anything
around
from
the
on the
tower.
horizon. No.
And then I'll go back down the elevator with her.
Okay.
I'll move us both down there.
Okay.
We'll have to move her down, I think.
Yep. Oh, you guys can do it. All right, so down comes these two as you guys are
Okay.
talking.
Once
And then first floor.
once Kazard can see Esmeralda, he'll jump up in battle stance. Avastani! What's she doing here?
You see a rape.
Well,
She puts a hand on her
with,
rapier.
Ludin, so she's like right next to him.
Calm yourself, friend, before you find yourself with your throat opened on the floor.
Your threats don't scare me.
It's not my threats that you have to worry about.
This is Esmeralda. She is the one who currently lives in this tower. She's the one who has been allowing us to shelter here in the night.
She is the magic user who created this tower.
Brother, calm yourself.
Good night. You
She
are a
is
rude
simply a
one.
resident of this tower.
You are rude, aren't you?
Cannot trust a Vistani.
I
They
don't
work
trust
with-
her, so you're in good company.
What?
I don't trust her, therefore we're in good company.
Right.
She
Well,
may look like Vistani, but she is not of the Vistani.
I'll be leaving now. You have a wonderful day.
He lowers his guard.
She goes over the
We
door,
will see you
flings.
again, brother.
Not too soon, I hope. And she seems like seriously put off with that. Like, you guys were gelling, and then that whole interaction just like seriously has seemed to put her off. And so she storms out the door, and you see her whisper something, and a giant horse comes out at the front of where the wagon was, and she mounts it, and she rides off.
The wagon doesn't exist.
Nope, the wagon does not, but the horse does.
Nice.
So yeah, that was two of our companions, and now this is one of our companions. Zuden, this is I've forgotten your name again already. Kazard.
It's that fog, my friend.
Yes, the fog of not enough sleep. And bad sleep at that, and bad dreams.
You keep telling yourself that anyway.
Lucian,
I don't know about
back
you guys,
inside.
but the fourth floor smells like flowers, so pretty nice up there.
Yes, and I'm sure your company was great all night.
I didn't hear her, I was asleep. So, what's your name again there, Brother Dwarf?
Kazard.
Kazard. Or
Kazard.
Arcvane.
Which you
Hammer of-
prefer?
Really don't have a preference, honestly. But I'm a Hammer of Torag. And you?
Hammer of Torag.
That's what he said.
Zuden, Priest of Morden.
I did remember it right. It was Moradin.
Yeah,
Well
but
measured.
it took you an hour of contemplation.
And you had two companions with you.
This
Yes,
is Lucian the half-orc and Drazad the human, right? It was just human.
Yeah, just a human.
A great fighter and a cleric of the sun and death. Sorry, that part's confusing to me too.
All will be made clear when we save this land from the evil clutches of Strahd and restore the rightful place of the sun in the sky.
Every
The
moment
undead-
every moment you get that he takes a pause, go ahead and say something, or else you won't get a chance.
I started to get that feeling.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. He's got energy.
He's an evangelical. The evangelical love the talk.
True, the bellows of the halls sure did ring out.
So,
It's
When
good to
you've
meet you,
lost so far.
evangelical Drazard.
so where are we
What?
going? Because we can't stay here.
Lucian, the Undying, why do you call yourself the Undying?
I'll explain that. With little effort on Drazad's part, every time that Lucian has fallen, he's gotten back up.
Aha!
Continue to
Ah ha
fight.
ha 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 ha! I get the reference now.
With little effort and no
It's bad, David.
seemingly. Wait.
I thought Jason's character was going to be called Beric Dondarrion after that, but whatever.
I was thinking of the song. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
You're never gonna knock me down. Get me down.
He drink, and he'll drink a vodka drink. He'd drink a lager drink and a cider drink.
That's Bruin's the lager drink. I'm the cider drink. Well, then we could always use you, considering the bad luck we seem to have around here.
So I'm looking at Morden Torag. I think it's the same deity, just different names.
Really?
Allfather, the Creator, Soul Forger, Creation, Dwarf, Lawful Good, and Protection. It's all the same.
Is one like
Just
gray
two gods of
hawk?
the same.
One's from Pathfinder, one's from Dungeons and Dragons.
There you go.
So basically, two different cultures of dwarves with two different names of the same god.
That has never happened in any real actual history ever.
No, never.
So
Well, maybe one day our two characters will start talking about our gods and realize, hey, wait a minute.
It's like they get to the point where they're about to think, like, oh, this is the same deity we're worshiping. Like, no, they must be brothers. Anyway.
That would be such a dwarvish thing to do.
Dude, if that's wine in a bag, I'm gonna give you major props. That's so awesome.
This is a $40 gallon of margarita.
That is so awesome. Oh, bravo. All right.
Where can I obtain such bags?
It's actually over a week old now, but it still tastes good. The On the Border was selling them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Cinco de Mayo. Some fajitas.
All right.
There are other restaurants that do to-go gallons.
Yeah, I think Bad Taco does, but only the South College Station thing was open.
Buffalo.
And that's way far away for us.
Buffalo something.
The Trance?
Trace.
Trail. Trace.
Trace.
Trance.
Buffalo Trace.
There you go. Buffalo Trace.
Trivago.
Hotel.
Hotel. Well, now that I know what your names are they joining us, Bruin?
Oh, I would trust anyone. I would trust a dwarf anytime.
Really?
Have you ever known a bad dwarf?
Yes. He says instantly.
I must agree. I've met bad dwarves.
It's funny. I don't think I ever have. But then again, most of the ones that I met were either inebriated or were soon inebriated.
Perhaps you don't remember the bad ones.
That is a distinct possibility.
Bruin has a very positive outlook on life. It's hazy, but positive.
I see what you did there.
Ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Actually, it's becoming more and more clear to him every minute.
Yeah, right?
Yes, yes, indeed. It is clear to me that I need some water and some salt.
So, Nyla, Bruin, what's your take on these guys? Are we going to join them or what?
I vote yes.
Yeah, they seem okay for now. Nothing overtly red flag like. We have similar goals, it seems, as well. So the more the merrier.
Well, I mean the two simple goals of one, kill Strahd, two, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we have those goals too.
It has.
Yes. Such far-reaching goals we have. I heard you guys talking downstairs while I was upstairs, so I had not a word you said, though. So, did you guys have a plan of where to go?
So, I was talking with Nyla about it, and there's the nearby city we can go to,
Krezek.
Krezig, that's the one. Then there's the Bone Grinder we can go to. Or if we feel like really hoofing it, we can go all the way down to the Amber Temple. But I would suggest Krezik or the Bone Grinder first. And
Well, I don't know about you, but a hot food in my belly would be a nice change of events. I vote for Krezik.
How far is Krezek?
Please stand by. A technician will be with you shortly.
Recalculating.
Recalculating. Recalculating. Recalculating.
See if we can find the map.
I can give you guys the map. I don't know if I actually shared the map in a handout. I'll check
Oh yeah,
that
you
as
just
well.
would have pulled it out, yeah.
The town folk have never been the friendliest for strangers.
There is the town of Barovia.
I must say, our our groups meeting like this is not only coincidental, but eerily similar.
Similar to what?
Yeah, you're probably the closest to Krezik you've ever been. I put you guys in Valakai, sorry. Let's look here. Nope, that ain't it either. And there's what we're looking for.
Krezek is...
Just to your left, actually.
Oh, right here. Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Similar in the way
That's
that
probably
you have
two
a...
random encounters worth. Sorry. That's for you, buddy, Ken.
What's up?
He said it was probably 2 random encounters worth to get there.
Oh, so at least 1 hour away? Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you.
I just figured we can just use that as the measurement of time. Or distance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The number of random encounters.
There's only 3 possible deaths along the way. Oh, okay.
Oh, sounds great.
I'm sorry, create a new character.
As long as we're not measuring the encounters in cat food.
That life cat behind you, Ken.
It will take exactly 1 hour and 15 minutes.
To Bruin.
What'd you say, Jason?
Is that a life cat or a stuffed cat behind you?
It's like wooden.
That one right there.
No, it's not wooden.
It's
Stuffed.
Meow.
I could tell. It hadn't moved though, and I was kind of concerned.
Well, it's a really a real looking cat. That's kind of why I got it, because it looks so kind of real from the distance.
It does.
Sit here.
It does.
Whereas there's a real cat there on Ryan's screen.
Ryan loves that cat.
Yes, that's a real cat.
He is
It is a real cat.
He's a huge fan of that cat.
Fighting for my cats right now.
Bruin, similar in the fact that we have our group has brought a fighter, a cleric, a paladin, and your group now consists of a fighter, cleric, and a paladin.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, we had lost our wizard. Our quite sure what the other one was. Walking
monk?
statue. We have the other one was a walking piece of armor, and the monk, of course, Gildan.
Yeah.
So you've gone through quite a few then.
Oh, and there was the dwarf, but I barely knew him.
Yeah, that's the one that went out and did the one-on-one honorable combat with the lead werewolf.
They would have won too if that werewolf didn't cheat. Or if I had just gotten up this damn elevator faster.
It seems that adventurers that aren't of the divine, healing, or sturdy nature perish within their time here.
I think that is a apt observation.
Or they get sold out by the Vestani.
This place is not for the weak.
I don't think any of us, or few of us, would actually venture into this place if we were trapped here.
I go where the sun tells me to go. And I must come here to return the sun to its glorious position up in the brightly colored sky.
I think I've heard that before, and I don't think he changed his tone at all. It was like it was recited. Anyway.
So,
regroup.
So, to Krizik.
To Grizik.
Brian, let me know if me harping on that or whatever I do annoys you, and I'll stop. Just in
No,
case.
that's fine. I don't care.
So, what's the story?
I think this is a good time for more coffee.
Okay. Let us take a 10-minute break. We will resume at 9:22. Go tell all of your friends to tune in and watch the show. We will be back.